Hey guys, we are live. We are live. Hello everyone. I'm looking for computer charger. Hi everyone. Let me know where you guys are logging in from. I want you guys to hang in there with me tonight. Oh, I can't plug this up. Great. So we don't have a lot of juice. Hey guys, let me know where you're logging in from. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Let me know where you're logging in from. Uh-oh. Delaware is in the house. New Jersey is in the house. South Carolina. What part of South Carolina? Hey. How are you guys? Jersey. Connecticut. Hey, Connecticut. The Bahamas, my favorite place in the whole wide world. Fort Washington. Yes, Columbia. Can I see the chat here? Okay. Georgia, Raleigh, Florida. Hey, Vicky, I miss you. It's great to be on with you guys. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Congratulations on your next level. I'm excited for what God is going to do. Houston, hey, Cheryl, the one and only. Atlanta, I see y'all coming in. I'm not going to be long tonight. I just want to encourage you a little bit. Oh, I thought the air up here was not going to get crunked, and it's crunking now. So I was like sweating a little bit, but it's crunking now. I can feel it. Hey, Jess, North Carolina. Yes. North Carolina. So good to have you guys on. Again, I'm not going to be long. If you'll let somebody know that we're live, tag a friend. Charlotte is in the house, tag a friend and let them know. I wasn't on live last week. I told you guys that my sister had come home and my family was all in one place. And that was just so, we don't get to do that too much except at the church. We will be at the church at once, but outside of that, it's not always a happening. And so to have them back in town and to be on, I did go live late last Monday night. I didn't leave the live up, but I did go live late, and some of you guys were on there with me. So I appreciate that. And I may even pop that back up, but I did go live. I just did not save the live up on Instagram. But I really am grateful to be on tonight. And yes, Chris, I figured you missed it because you would have made me put it back up. But I am grateful to be back on tonight. Thank you for those of you that are joining. I pray that you would stick with me the next 20 minutes. I really want to check in with you. And I want to just really encourage you tonight. Again, you guys know that there are some big things that are coming up, and my brother and I will be made co-pastors of our church. My father's been pastoring for 39 years, and so it is a blessing to be able to assist him in ministry at this next level. And I want to just take a minute and say that you never know what God is going to do in your life. You never know what God is going to do in your life. When I tell y'all, this is not something that was on my agenda. It was not on my agenda for what I wanted or what I was looking for, what the next level was in my mind. But you never know what God is going to do. Some people have a plan. right? Some people have their own plan. And I literally, from a young girl, I had plans to be a businesswoman. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a real estate mogul. And to see where God has shifted me, still in a leadership role, still in I feel like a boss. I feel like a boss. I know I'm a boss. Okay. And so it's not what I thought it would be, and it doesn't look like what I thought it would look like. But God knows exactly what we need when we need it. There were times in my life that this could have happened before. There are times that even me coming into ministry was late for me, because I've only been, as far as preaching is concerned, a lot of my peers have been preaching a lot longer than I have. But God knows when and God knows what. He knows the plans that He has for us. And I don't care what plan you have for yourself. God has a plan for you, and it's in our best interest that we consult God about His plan and make sure that His plan lines up, or our plan lines up with His plan. And so it's so important to do that, because again, I had no idea that this is where God would bring me. I had no idea that this is what God would do in my life. And some of you are in a season right now where God is shifting you, where God is literally reinventing you. That's the word I want. Reinventing you. And the truth is, many of us have felt stuck where we are. We have felt like we don't know which way to go. We don't know which way to turn. We know what we may want for our lives, but the truth is, sometimes you just don't know how to accomplish it. You don't know how to get there. You don't know the avenues. And the truth is, that is a good place for you to be when you have agreed to God's plan for your life, because it will shift you, it will reinvent you. And that's really a lot of many of our issues, is that we've been stuck in a place for too long. We've been in a season for too long. We have been in the same place for a long time. And God said that it is time for you to shift, and not just shift, but there's a reinventing that is happening. Yes, Chris, a dry season, a stagnant season, but God is going to reinvent many of you. And that means that you will not come forth in the same space or in the same way that you came forth before. That even in a dry season, God can be preparing you, even in a dry and what feels like a stagnant season, which it very well may be because of what you are in. But when God shifts you, it is no longer stagnant. It's no longer a stale season. It is no longer a dry season. And sometimes God has to use that place of dryness in order to reinvent you, in order for you to come out and emerge as something different, as something, the next level of you, the next place that God has for you. And so don't be afraid. Um don't be don't be dismayed in seasons of dryness, or feeling like you are in a stagnant season, because that is when God has the ability to reinvent you. Somebody say, Lord, reinvent me, because I don't want to be, I don't want to be the same all my life. I want to take on some new challenges. I want to take on some new things. I want to I want to challenge myself to do something that I've never done before. And so sometimes you've got to say, Lord, reinvent me. Reinvent me. Take me to another place. Take me to another level. I want to learn a new skill. I want to add, I want to enhance who I am and who you have me to be, who you are making me. I want you to enhance me to the place that I am reinvented, that the people that knew me now see me as something else. There is nothing wrong with adding on to who you are. Now, me becoming a pastor is it is it definitely is a new challenge for me. It is a new challenge for me. It is not, I was comfortable singing. I used to work a 9 to 5 job. I was very comfortable with that. And traveling and singing. But God said that I'm taking you to another place. So even from preaching to being a co-pastor at the church is a reinventing of who I am. It is a stepping up, not just entitled, y'all, not just entitled, because I'm not excited about titles. I'm not excited about titles, but I am excited about becoming something else. I put up a post last night that the process of becoming or being is more important to me than having a title. I don't want a title if I can't be what it is I'm called. I don't want to just be called something. I want to be it. And I would rather be it first before I'm called it. Because if you can walk in it, it won't be long before they'll call you that without papers. They'll call you that without an ordination. They'll call you that without all of the pomp and the circumstance. And then when those things come along, it just legitimizes who you have already become or who you're in the process of being. And so the being is more important to me. It should be more important to us than anything. We don't just want titles. We don't just want to be called something. We don't just want a seat at the table. But when I sit down, I want people across from me to know that I embody, that I am, that I have become, or that I am in the process of becoming what God is calling me to be. I don't just want to be called it. I want to be it. I don't just want to be called it. I want to be it. And so many of us have got to get busy being. People want to be called. People are looking for the call. But a lot of folk that are looking for the call have not stepped into the be. And that is extremely important. That is what, absolutely, that is what qualifies you for the table. Not just the title, but the being, the becoming, the evolving, the inventing of who God is calling you to be is what qualifies you for a seat at the table. And so we've got to be careful that we're not just excited about titles, that we're not just excited about being called. We want to be. We want to be. We want to do the work. We want to do the work of an evangelist. We want to do the work of a pastor. We want to do the work of a worship leader. You shouldn't be just wanting to be called a worship leader if you're not really leading people in worship. If you're the only one worshiping, you're just being called a worship leader. But my sister came back yesterday and baby, okay? Okay. Okay. She just shifted it because that's who she is. That is who she is. And so when you work on becoming, when you work on the inner you, titles will come. The seat at the table will come. I want to be prepared. I want to be ready for those things. And so we have to make sure that we're not so consumed with being called and with the title that um we do not lock in to the being. And so I am in a season where, like I said, I never expected God to do this, but God is reinventing many of you. I know that you might feel as if what you're in right now is a cycle. And I can understand that feeling because I've been there, where it just feels like, okay, I'm just going around and around and around, and I'm not feeling like I'm getting anywhere. I'm not feeling like I'm getting anywhere. But those are the seasons that God will use to shift you. Those are the seasons that God will use to shift you. If you find yourself submitted to the will of God in those seasons, and that's what happens to many of us, is that we get so flustered in those times that we're not cognizant enough, not emotional. Sometimes we be too emotional. So you're not cognitive enough. You're not intentional enough in your thinking, in your spiritual being, to say, you know what? I know how this feels, but God has got to be working on my behalf. I know what this feels like, but God is working on my behalf. Sometimes you get in a season where you just feel strange. You just don't feel like yourself. You don't, my God, you don't feel like yourself. I don't know who I'm talking to, but there are seasons you don't feel like yourself, and you may be in that place now. But I'm telling you, if you submit your will to God, God can use this season to shift you, to reinvent you. And by the time you finish, you will emerge, right? Enhanced. I don't ever want to come out of a dry, stagnant season and not be enhanced, not be better. I literally, the purpose of an upgrade, you put your phone, you plug it in at night, right? Because the only time the phone will upgrade is when it's plugged in and it is connected to Wi-Fi. I'm gonna say that again. I don't know who that. The only time your phone will properly update is if it is both plugged in, charging, it is plugged into a source, and it is connected to Wi-Fi. So it got to be double connection in order for an upgrade to take place. And most of the time, that's at night. You plug your phone in, it's connected to Wi-Fi, and it will update automatically. It will update as many times as you ignore the update. When that phone is plugged in and connected to Wi-Fi, after a while, it will do it by itself. And you'll wake up in the morning and you got to reset the whole phone. You got to turn everything back on, and whatever the case may be, because it has updated overnight. Many of you are in a place where you feel stagnant. Get connected. Get double connected, because it's time for an upgrade. Don't let the enemy fool you in those seasons and make you feel like you're here when God is really using it to bring you here. Get connected, get double connected. That means to a power source, right? Has to be connected to a power source so that the phone doesn't shut down. And it has to be connected to a internet source, a Wi-Fi source, so that the information is properly downloaded. And so there has to be power and let me know what it is, Chris. Um, so you've got to make sure that you are connected. You got to make sure you are connected, because that is where, again, the download, the upgrade is going to happen once that download is made. And so the enemy again will try to make you believe that you're in a stuck place. But this is what I wanted to encourage you with tonight. This is what I wanted to encourage you with tonight. Let me try to find this, because I preached it the other night, and I wanted. Now I'm not going to be able to find it. But the Bible says, right? That's my all my notes just went out. All my notes just went out. Y'all stay right there for me. Y'all stay right there for me. Y'all stay right there. Here we go. Here we go. Right? Isaiah, the 26th chapter, and the 3rd verse, right? Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, right? That's the connection. That's the connection. Is that the connection is my mind. The connection is my mind is stayed on him, right? That's the connection. And that's the peace. That is where the peace lies. Because in these seasons, and I don't even know why I went here tonight, but in these seasons, when you feel stuck, when you feel stagnant, people try to outsmart these seasons. And you try to think your way out of them. And the truth is, you can get yourself in trouble trying to think your way out of seasons that God wants you to keep your mind on Him. When you try to put your mind on your, I don't know why this is going this way. I don't know why I feel like this. I don't know why. I don't know why. And I talked about it on last Monday when I went live late, that there's a difference between asking God, what is the purpose of what I'm in, and why is this happening to me, and why am I going through this, and why is this, and why. And the truth is that mind frame of why, of questioning why me, is different from, Lord, what is the purpose? What purpose is this? It is in this. What are you trying to show me? What are you trying